Okay, I know no one has ever asked, hey, Doug, what's going on in women's basketball, professional women's basketball? But this does breach into politics because Sonny Hostin, of course, brings up race. You know, have no interest in basketball, even though I'm 6'8" and I can't dunk, just like Riley Gaines. Here goes the view on Caitlyn Clark, a new white, pretty highest scoring superstar in the women's NBA.
Let's talk about Caitlyn Clark, because she's the breakout star of the WNBA right now.
Trouble against Michigan, fouled out. Clark.
She's known for her massive 3-point records. She even beats some males in the 3-point record. So her competence, is off the charts.
With the highest salary in league history.
And then comes the controversy over her highest salary because she got paid so much. Now, some other players, some black players are giving her shade for being the best ball player, and then Sonny Host and everyone claiming because she's pretty and white. I'm pretty and white. No one's done any favors for me.
You women out there, y'all petty, man.
Charles Barkley taking these ladies down a notch. The View, take that.
Caitlyn Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. We have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen.
Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlyn Clark.
So LeBron James and Charles Barkley there said the reason why it's so great is that she's bringing sponsorship and attention to the women's NBA, which has been around for like 25 years. No one cares about the whole league. And now suddenly, because of Caitlyn Clark, they care.
Jamel Hill compares Clark to Steph Curry for being relatable to fans, but claims the fact that she's a straight white woman plays a big role in the hype around her. It's not the numbers that she puts on the scoreboard.
Now, this is just flat out a lie that it's just because she's pretty and white and not the numbers that she puts on the scoreboard. My brother's a huge basketball fan and was a sports journalist for years and said, Caitlyn Clark, there's nothing like her. There has never been anything like her. In fact, probably 30 years ago, he said she probably would have played in the men's professional basketball league.
Let's go through the list. Number one, NCAA D1 all-time leading scorer, single season 3-point record, women's D1 single season point record, women's D1 career 3-point leader, tournament record, points, assists, 3-pointers, most 3-pointers in a game in NCAA tournament history, 3-time NCAA season record scoring leader, 3-time NCAA season assist leader.
That's just some of her records that she's setting. I'm letting all the sports aficionados give you the stats because I wouldn't know them from anything else. I'm only saying she is the best pro women's player of all time, and now she's the highest paid. That's called a meritocracy. Merit. She earned it. No privilege. Here's Sonny.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. And so
now Sonny Hostin is saying that there is such a thing as pretty privilege. It's probably true. People love pretty people. Sonny Hostin, you're not there on The View because of your amazing league law record. Let's put it that way.
There is a thing called white privilege.
But Sonny Hostin gotta be a racist contrarian. Why can't they just give a woman her flowers? Why can't they give her her flowers, my man, and say she's doing great and she's incredible talent?
That's Officer Tatum coming out, the great one, Officer Tatum coming out in defense, just going, why can't you just give her, just say yay and just encourage her and let that be it? It has to always be this counter racial narrative with Sonny, who frankly, most of America thinks is white.
There is a thing called tall privilege.
Now, I'm 6'8", and I have something to say about tall privilege. Here's me in the airport. And that's not when it gets really ugly. Wait till I take a normal coach seat and have someone bouncing on my knees as they put their seat back. You want to see zero tall privilege? Look at me in an airplane bathroom. I have to fold up so many ways. It's impossible for me to go to the bathroom without getting wet.
And we have to acknowledge that. And so the part of it is about race, because
it's not about race. None of this is about Caitlyn's race period. If anything, she's white. It's amazing that she does so well at basketball. Look at the rest of the WNBA and the regular professional basketball league. It is so overwhelmingly black. I'm not making any comment about that. I don't care about that at all. And I'm not crying about it either. I'm only saying if anyone's getting a privilege in professional basketball, it ain't whites.
Caitlyn Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white.
And now they're saying that she's only relatable to more people because she's white. I wonder how in the world can Sunny Hostin be sitting across from Whoopi Goldberg and say that? Whoopi Goldberg, hope this isn't news to everyone, but she's black. And I think she's by far the most relatable person and funniest on the show. She's the star of the show. And The View is the highest rated show on that time slot. So how can Sunny say that somehow, let's say the 2 or 3 other white ladies on that show are more popular? They're not. They're nowhere near as popular as Whoopi Goldberg. So what she ends up doing is kind of discrediting all of the people around her. This is just a weird conversation. It's so nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. Are you only watching me because I'm white? It's ridiculous.
Because she's attractive.
Attractive, that's what we call beautiful people. We call them attractive. And guess what happens when you're attractive? You attract. It's in the name. And it's a mystery. It's like, there's a saying about socialists and Marxists that they're not happy until, the crab in the bottom, they put the crabs in the bucket. And the crabs can never get out of the bucket because as soon as one starts gaining any ground to get out of the bucket, the other crabs will all try to climb up him and pull him back down into the bucket. That's Sunny Hostin in a weird way making this argument. She won't be happy until the beautiful people are equally as ugly as the homely people. They want all of them to be fair. They want blacks to be the same as whites. They want the pretty to be the same as the homely. They want the gays to be interchangeable with the straights. An equal outcome is impossible. All you can hope for is an equal opportunity. And this is alien to Marxism because this is about capitalism and meritocracy and not being a victim.
And unfortunately, there still is that stigma against the LGBTQ plus community. 70% of the WNBA is black. A third of the players are in the LGBTQ plus community.
Y'all petty girls.
Yeah, she's dumb. This is what's weird. 1/3 of America is not LGBTQ, but 1/3 of the women's NBA is LGBTQ. So it's already an overrepresentation of someone who's supposed to be a victim, and she can't explain it. It's not because people favor them. It's not because they're superstars, because they're LGBTQ, but they are overrepresented in the women's NBA, which totally goes against what Sunny says about them not being favored, advantaged, selected. I mean, if you're straight, do you have as fair of a chance to get into the WNBA? I don't know. But I mean, the numbers sure are strange. So once again, Sunny Hostin completely embarrassed by Charles Barkley, LeBron James, Officer Tatum. And the biggest one who embarrasses Sunny Hostin is Sunny Hostin herself. I'm Doug in Exile.